Hi everybody, and once again, welcome back to Rippon Lodge Historic Site. My name is John McDonald. I work for Prince William County's Historic Preservation Division. And today, we are in our decorated Christmas dining room here today, sort of reflecting a colonial era. And that's a little bit before the formal tradition we're going to talk about today, but it would have been common in that era as well. And that is ghost stories. I think most folks are familiar with the Christmas song and scary ghost stories, and we kind of wonder, why is that in a song about Christmas, not Halloween or something else? But if you think about it, think a little bit further back, if you're familiar with Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol, that is also a ghost story. And that is very much the era of spooky or scary ghost stories at Christmas. Through the Victorian era, the mid-1800s, and later. It became a very popular tradition in the English and United States world to tell either on or around Christmas spooky stories, haunted stories. Whole collections were published by popular authors, Dickens, Jerome K. Jerome, various other authors, newspapers, magazines, and there's a number of reasons for that. One is part of connected to the much older tradition is the sort of the seasonal low that comes around Christmas. For 19th, 18th century earlier families, and even today, Christmas is a hard time of year for folks with regards to food, the cold, the sort of seasonal malaise that usually comes around with clouds and fog and everything else. So it's already kind of spooky, but it's also that lends itself very atmospherically to ghost stories. So all of that taken together, ghost stories were very popularly told. Several of those authors I mentioned, they didn't consider it Christmas unless you told some ghost stories. So today we've got a ghost story for you. But this is a very particular ghost story. It comes from the English county of Yorkshire. That was the home of Richard Blackburn, the original owner of Rippon Lodge, and source of the name of the lodge, Rippon, England. So this ghost story, it dates long before Richard's time. This is from about 1400. It was originally written in Latin, translated in the 1920s. But it reflects the ghost stories, the kind of spooky stories that Richard Blackburn had been familiar with back home in England. A certain man was riding on his horse, carrying on his back a peck of beans. The horse stumbled on the road and broke its shin bone, which when the man saw, he took the beans on his own back, and while he was walking on the road, he saw as it were a horse standing on its hind feet and holding up its forefeet. In alarm, he forbade the horse in the name of Jesus Christ to do him any harm. Upon this, it went with him in the shape of a horse, and in a little while appeared to him in the likeness of a revolving haycock with a light in the middle. To which the man said, God forbid that you bring evil upon me. At these words, it appeared in the shape of a man, and the traveler conjured him. Then the spirit told him his name and the reason of his walking, and the remedy, and he added, permit me to carry your beans and to help you. And thus he did as far as the beck, but he was not willing to pass over it. The living man knew not how the bag of beans was placed again on his back. And afterwards he caused the ghost to be absolved and masses to be sung for him, and he was at ease. And we'll read one more from the translation, and our second story. What I write is a great marvel. It is said that a certain woman laid hold of a ghost and carried him on her back into a certain house, in presence of some men, one of whom reported that he saw the hands of the woman sink deeply into the flesh of the ghost, as though the flesh were rotten, and not solid, but phantom flesh. So both those stories carry some familiar to modern eyes elements. It's a long-held folklore belief in many cultures that ghosts cannot carry water, that God or the gods can help hold back or forbid a ghost from harming you, that they are harmful and wish potential harm upon people, but also that sometimes they wish to be helpful. Some deed in life has caused them to walk the earth and seek absolution. These would have all been very familiar types of stories to English settlers of Virginia, the English people of North America in general, and would have been likely to be told around the fireplace or at Christmas time or in the winter doldrums when people were stuck at home. So thanks for tuning in today, and hopefully that's illuminated a little bit about why we sing about scary ghost stories at Christmas time.